So you may notice, if you've ever taken a look at the Chinese smartwatch market, that suddenly you'll have a deluge of 20 different smartwatches all at the same time. They're all based on the same processor, they've all got the same memory. They all look slightly different though. Why? How can these small companies come out with these devices? How can they get to market so quickly? The truth is the hardware market is very much like the software market. So these circuit boards, the circuit boards are usually custom designed, but all the chips, pretty much the same on all of them. If you want to implement a certain piece of functionality, you want to put in a camera, you buy a camera module. If you want to put in a GPS receiver, you buy a GPS receiver. Rather than having to actually design, create and implement a certain piece of the product from scratch, you can just buy that off the shelf from a supplier and put it in your own device. So imagine it like Lego. Rather than creating the bricks yourself, you buy the bits you need, put them together, and you've got an end product. The consumer doesn't realise that it's basically just a combination of different parts from different suppliers, different providers, different manufacturers. They just see the end product and they're just really interested in the price, the cost, the functionality. Everyone wins. But also, it comes back once again to accessibility and availability. So how do you combat this accessibility, this availability? It's the same in the hacking world, it's awareness. You need to be aware of the reality of the risk. You need to be aware of what the bad guys are doing. You need to be aware of what's out there. And that's the important thing. In an industry which moves so quickly, in a world which changes every second, there's so much information, but we need to take a couple of seconds just to ensure that we are aware of the risks of the threats and how to best protect us, our family, our employees, our companies, the people and the things that matter most to us. Because otherwise, before we know it, we have lost it and it'd be our fault.